Hello everyone. In our previous lessons, we learned that objects gain energy by virtue of its motion, and this is kinetic energy. Also, objects possess potential energy by virtue of its position and configuration. But the fact is, energy can actually transform from one form to another, and energy cannot be created or destroyed. Confused? Before verifying this claim on other forms of energy, let's verify it using mechanical energy, that is, kinetic and potential energy. Remember, the sum of kinetic and potential energy of an object is the total mechanical energy of that object. Here an object with mass m is made to fall freely from a height h. Now the total energy of the object, that is the total mechanical energy, is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. You see, at the start the potential energy is equal to mgh because the body is at height h. And what is kinetic energy? Well, the kinetic energy is 0. And why is it so? It is 0 because its velocity is 0. Now, as the body falls, its potential energy will change into kinetic energy. Now here, if v is the velocity of the object at a given instant, then the kinetic energy would be half mv square. So here we see the total mechanical energy is the sum of potential energy and kinetic energy. Now, as the fall of the object continues, the potential energy would decrease, and this is because the height is decreasing, and the kinetic energy would increase, right? And this is because the velocity will increase in the case of falling object. Now, what happens when the object is about to reach the ground? When it is about to reach the ground, obviously height becomes 0 and velocity will be the highest. Therefore, here the kinetic energy would be the largest and potential energy would be the least. So if we see, the total energy would be amounting to 0 plus half mv square, where v is maximum. The sum of potential energy and kinetic energy of the object would be same at all points. That is, potential energy plus kinetic energy will be constant. That is, the total energy remains the same. When coming down, the kinetic energy will be more and potential energy will keep on decreasing. But the sum of the two energy, that is the total mechanical energy of the object, would remain same or constant. So what do we see? We find that during the free fall of an object, at start the kinetic energy would be 0 as the velocity of the object is 0 and the potential energy is maximum. And during the free fall of the object, the decrease in potential energy at any point in its path appears as an equal amount of increase in kinetic energy. Thus we see, during a free fall, there is a continual transformation of gravitational potential energy into kinetic energy. And finally, on nearly reaching the ground, the potential energy becomes 0 as h becomes 0. In real life too, when we say energy is spent, actually one energy turns into other form of energy. So when we think energy is created, it actually means that some other form of energy has turned into that energy. And so the law of conservation of energy says energy cannot be destroyed or created. Energy can only be converted from one form to another. It can neither be created or destroyed. Thus, the total energy before and after the transformation remains the same. So that was all about the law of conservation of energy. Bye-bye.